Hi, my name is Coldbear and let's start this Steam Winter Sale video with Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. This is a legendary game and this deal is the best version of it possible. Pack contains many DLCs like Dead Money, Honest Hearts, Old World Blues, Lonesome Road and so on. So basically, if you played the game when it initially came out or never tried it, this version is the best way to experience Fallout New Vegas. Keep in mind that this is one of the best Fallout games ever created. You know, including classic games and new, Fallout New Vegas outshines them all like an exploding star outshines, you know, a pile of garbage under your desk. Well, this metaphor may be too harsh, I admit it, other Fallout games are good as well, but everyone who played New Vegas is talking quite unanimously about its greatness. Its glorious, ever-shining greatness.
You are a fan.
No, I'm not, shut up! Game was created by Obsidian, the same guys who made Fallout clone The Outer Worlds, and now are probably making an Elder Scrolls clone named Avowed. Serious people made this serious game, and this price is kinda friendly, not like all the inhabitants of the desert you will encounter in-game. Inside and Limbo bundle. What a great deal this is! 2 legendary horror-themed platformers for this price is a must-have. Even if you are not into platformers, these games are like a gateway drug into this beautiful world. If you played Little Nightmares, I would say that Limbo and Inside are members of the same genre, or more likely a subgenre, creepy but beautiful world, strange creatures and death on every corner. Games are really hard, I can't even remember how many times I died in Limbo for example, but it didn't bother me when I played. You respawn in a nearby place and can instantly fail again. If you are in doubt, keep in mind that both of these games have a demo version available to try for free, so you won't be risking anything. Although I must warn you, if you don't like puzzles, avoid these games, because you will need to use your brain more than once here, so make sure you have one. Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. These games were pinnacles of the RTS genre about 25 years ago, and now they are both fully remastered in 4K. That sounds amazing and definitely plays floppy disks of nostalgia in my brain. In this release you will find all 3 expansion packs, rebuilt multiplayer, a modernized UI, a map editor, and over 7 hours of legendary remastered music by Frank Klepatsky. You know, this guy got a job in Westwood Studios when he was only 17 years old. And what did you do when you were 17? For example, I was skipping school to read Lord of the Rings at home. Yeah, I was a rebel nerd. Anyway, here you'll find many cool things like upscaled cinematic footage, enhanced sidebar UI, leaderboards for one-on-one matches, replays, 250 multiplayer maps, and even official mod support. Bad North JOTUNN Edition. The game is set in a Nordic realm invaded by Vikings. However, the realm's prince and princess managed to escape and now can gather an army to fight the invaders.
Aha, in your face, stupid invaders.
Yeah, learn to invade or something. The game takes place on a small procedurally generated island. During the game you gather resources and find allies who help you fight your enemies. Your army can feature various units such as archers, knights and pikemen. Before buying, you can try the demo version on Steam for free. Mad Max. This is without a doubt one of the best open world games on Steam. 91% of positive reviews are there for a reason. You will play as a lone warrior in a savage post-apocalyptic world where cars are the most important thing, the very key to survival. So in Mad Max you will have the same mindset as my neighbor Ginteres, who fixes his car every day, polishes paint and spends more time with it than with his own wife. But the balance in nature is always around the corner. My other neighbor Darius has no car, so he spends time with Ginteres' wife. Everyone is happy. Anyway, in Mad Max you will find an action-packed open world where you must fight against vicious gangs of bandits to stay alive in the wasteland. You want nothing more than to leave the madness behind and find solace in the mythical Plains of Silence. Along the way in your search you are challenged with a treacherous missions as you scavenge the dangerous landscape for supplies to build the ultimate combat vehicle of your dreams. Price is great. If you have spare money, just grab it without any regrets. For the King. If you took Heroes of Might and Magic and crossbred it with some children's book with big pictures in it, you would get For the King. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of a better comparison, but it's quite accurate. For the King is a strategic RPG that blends tabletop and roguelike elements in an adventure that spans over the realms. You can play it alone or cooperatively, both online and locally. Here, every playthrough is made unique with procedurally generated maps, quests, loots, and events for you to participate in. Between playthroughs, you can purchase weapons weapons, items, NPCs, classes, events, and so on. It has roguelite replayability implemented, and this time it's kinda cool, you know, except the fact that you will die a lot. Yeah, that's what roguelite is all about, dying and then getting stronger because of that. People on Steam are talking that the game is very addictive and you can be killed by a skeleton named Boner. Let that sink. Firewatch. This is one of the most immersive games I have ever played. Firewatch is a single-player first-person mystery set in a Wyoming wilderness. The year is 1989. You are a man named Henry who has retreated from his messy life to work as a fire lookout in a lush forest. An especially hot and dry summer is a great thing everywhere except where you work. One smoking cigarette butt or one shard of broken glass and this beauty can become a real hell on earth in seconds. This is a game for adults with adult conversation themes. Despite that it is colorful and beautiful and all, it's not made for kids in any way. Totally accurate battle simulator. I remember when I installed it for the first time, it sucked me in for like 4 hours non-stop. And I am almost 40 years old, dude. I've seen a lot and it's really hard to entertain me. But I'm not kidding, this is one of the most entertaining games I have ever played in my life. It has no real depth, it's just pure fun. All you have to do here is to choose your units wisely and then they fight. And observing these battles is pure entertainment. Although you will get bored from it rather quickly. I think I enjoyed it for 2 days before uninstalling. To be exact, 2 amazing days. You know, as I always say, it's just like that dog you took from the shelter. First 2 or 3 days are fun and the rest is just a routine for 11 years. It's a good thing that totally accurate battle simulator has no feelings, it will never get sick. It doesn't shed its fur to your coffee and you can abandon it anytime you want. Anyway, the time you will spend with this game will be a quality time, no doubt. I cannot recommend this stupid game enough, just try it. It's awesome no matter how old or young you are, the game is for everyone. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. This is a slightly better version of classic Age of Empires 2, but in general it's the same old game. If you played Age of Empires a long time ago, you'll probably notice nothing new except the graphics. And those are really nice, you can even zoom in a little. Yeah, a lot of stuff is updated, like farms receding automatically, more aggressive AI, slightly better pathfinding, and a bit of rebalanced technologies and units. Also 4 new civilizations are included: Bulgarians, Cumans, Tatars, and finally Lithuanians, who were one of the most powerful nations in Europe in the Middle Ages. Also keep in mind that if you make a game with 4 other AI opponents with a population of 200, you will better borrow that supercomputer from NASA, because otherwise you will learn what an astronomical lag means. Anyway, if you are feeling nostalgic, the price is great, just do it. Outlast and Outlast 2. This first-person horror game became a classic soon after the release. Here you are no fighter. If you encounter a horror, you have only 3 options: run, hide, or die. And it's definitely one of the scariest games I have ever played. It has a good story, nice ending, and more jump scares that you can possibly imagine. If you have a weak heart, it would be even more fun. You know, what can immerse you more into the game than your real life, huh? Second part, Outlast 2, is also great, but it is set in a totally different place. While in the first Outlast you can explore a terrifying asylum, in the second part your helicopter crashes near a village full of crazy people. Not as crazy as your ex, but still really terrifying. So if you like this video, there is another. Click on it and you will enjoy even more short reviews of the games I have made specifically for this Steam Winter Sale event. Also, subscribe, you know that you like it here. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.